Give it just a moment. That's in the way of seeing it. There we go.
All right.
Now do the pop out.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. I'm letting Miss Wanda handle it tonight.
It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead, and Danny's over here singing Pink Panther songs.
Yeah, come on here.
How do you know who Pink Panther is?
There we go. All right.
Do it this way, and I can fix it. Yeah, Pink Panther. It's kind of crazy.
All right, Scratch-Made Homestead. Hello.
All right, I saw a lot of our people already in chatting, and a lot of them are saying pray for Florida because right now it looks like that hurricane is going in that direction.
Well, I don't know if I'd count on that 100%.
I mean,
it could go all the way to us.
I know.
Yeah.
We're going to pray for Florida, okay? And then we're going to pray for us.
Well, we're going to pray for everybody from Mississippi to the southern tip of Florida.
Well, even Louisiana.
Because I don't think they actually know.
I don't think it'll get to Louisiana.
Well.
And I don't think it'll come here, but they keep saying it keeps changing. West, and usually it changes east.
They don't know. They ain't decided yet where they want to bring it ashore at.
I know. Okay, enough of that.
That's the bottom line.
So last week, most of you knew Danny was getting a tooth pulled out Monday. And so Monday morning, we went over and saw Mr. Al and Miss Brenda for a few minutes. And then Monday afternoon, he had to have a tooth pulled.
Yep.
And since mine took a couple of hours and a lot of pain and misery, well, I dropped him out and I took off to secondhand.
She dropped me off at the dentist and went shopping.
I did.
She did.
I went
That's
to
no
a
lie.
secondhand store.
Yeah.
And I got there and I told him, I says, I'll be back at 3:30. And it was 10 till 3 when I dropped him out.
Yeah.
And I ran up to that store and
thank you, Blue Wolf.
20 after 3, the dentist office is calling and says, Mr. King is ready for you to pick him up now. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, she just.
Really?
I told her, I said, this ain't going to take long. He's just going to go in there and yank it out, you know? And,
yeah. So,
well,
he did. He pulled it out.
Right, he snatched it out, and now I'm toothless.
All right, Blue Wolf, thank you so much. So, it was just one of them things.
Yeah.
So he did get it, and it hadn't bothered him much till...
It ain't bothered me much until today.
Yesterday
it bothered me a little bit yesterday, and today it's just been a little bit, and it's probably just sore. I mean, I don't know.
Because he eats. I mean, he doesn't eat soft stuff. He just eats.
I go ahead and just eat. I'm eating cornbread and, all kind of stuff. I mean,
peas and...
Yeah.
And
speaking of peas... We have been picking a lot of peas this week. Yeah. One day we picked 2 bushels. Today we picked, almost 3?
About 3. I've canned peas 3 times this week. That's something I've been doing is working with peas. Thank goodness we have a pea sheller. The first day, the first picking we did was just a small picking.
Yeah.
And so I hand shelled. But then the next picking we used the sheller. That video's not up yet. It's coming.
That video is coming. It's just not up yet.
I edited it and it hadn't been put up yet. But I think I canned 5 pints that day. And then 2 days ago, maybe Thursday, I canned 15 pints. Today I canned 18 pints.
Yes.
So.
And we want to keep our 2 of our moderators in prayer. Mr. Buddy has gotten sick, and I think Miss Lippy's catching it. So, y'all, please keep 2 of our moderators, Mr. Buddy and Miss Lippy, in your prayers to make sure that they get well as quickly as possible.
JM at the Nut House, did you get the sleeping bag in the stuff sack? Did you film the struggle? I did.
Did you put that up?
That went up this evening. You missed it, but I didn't show.
She told me she was gonna film it. I didn't really believe she would.
I did.
Did you put it up on Deep South or Crazy Days?
It was Crazy Days.
Oh, okay.
Y'all had to go over to Crazy Days, and watch me and Danny in a single sleeping bag together.
I mean,
We had to know what it was. It's 100 degrees, y'all, and we're
this
in a
woman will
sleeping
film
bag.
anything.
Yeah, it was fun though. And mine came in the next day. Mine has pink flannel on it. It's not as thick as Danny's. Mine is down to 0 degrees, but the two can be zipped together. A lot of people said they would open them up and use it as a double sleeping bag.
They can be zipped together,
And,
but Wanda is in the stage of her life that she is an automatic heater right now, and I'm not. And I told her, I said, I want my sleeping bag to go down a whole lot colder than yours. I said, because I'll freeze before you will, you know?
I love cool weather, and I love the fan. I got the fan going here, and he's
I'll
probably gonna take this quick.
I'll probably have to take my background down and wrap up in it tonight.
Y'all, the struggle is real. When you're married, you either one of you likes the air conditioning and the other wants the heater. I mean, the struggle is real. If you're young, like my granddaughter thinking about getting married, I need to tell her, you better find out ahead of time hot people or cold people.
That's it.
Because when hot flashes hit, oh my goodness. I like my wind.
Just saying. Well, it is what it is, you know.
Somebody was asking about the meal. And Justin did put up a video today.
Justin sent us he sent us a private thing on it first, and we watched it, and then he put the video up, and I commented on the video. I'm proud for Justin.
He's done good.
He has done good for himself, and he has accomplished what we talk about here on Deep South Homestead a lot. He has accomplished a dream in his life. He's been on a journey. And he's now realized the recompense for his journey. I mean, he's got the rewards for it now.
And he's worked hard.
He's worked hard. He's worked really hard. And I sit and watched it, man. I mean, my eyes almost teared up sitting there watching it run. And I was like, man, I said, this is just, this kind of craftsmanship doesn't exist anymore.
No.
You know?
Nobody takes any pride in their work. They throw up junk and they don't work on something. It's just pitch it up, and if it works, good. If it don't, whatever, let's try again. But he has it perfected. Now, this is a homestead journey.
Yes, thank you, Homestead
and
Journey.
Barbara.
Yes.
They came here and visited about a year and a half ago, maybe. Something like that.
I'm not good with time. I just know they came.
Yeah, and they bought their own property out in Texas.
Yes, they did.
And Barbara started her own channel called A Homestead Journey, and Lucian is going to be working on his shortly. And so thank you for the super chat, guys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Danny's like an old refrigerator. He can't keep nothing.
That's it.
Hill's Mill.
Well, I'm also a very responsible person. When something goes wrong around here, I'm responsible for it. So I'm a very responsible person.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are hoping to see Hills Mills sometime in the future too. They've got our lumber
Got
ready.
The rest of our lumber for the upper floor in our barn and stuff.
Excited to get that and get it going. We've gradually been finishing projects, so we've.
Oh, Amy.
Hey, Amy. And hey, Lou. Lou's been with us a long time.
Lou's been with us since.
She's been to several of our gatherings.
Yeah, she's been with us for a while.
And she lives here in Mississippi. She's another one of the Mississippi girls.
No, Mississippi girl.
And we're hoping as we get things finished that we'll be ready when Mickey and Kathy show up again with some more lumber, that we can jump on those projects and knock them out.
Yeah. We got Flower Dew Farm here says, I'm just starting my homestead journey. I just bought my own property in Arkansas, Flower Dew Farm. Congratulations. Yes. I love to see people getting off the ground, get going with their homesteads, because there's always that excitement and that exhilaration of someone who's just getting just getting going. I mean, that's like the homestead journey and different ones. Everybody just getting started. I mean, man, can it be, are you a little bit behind the 8 ball? A little bit, but you know what? You're making progress. Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Oh. So My daughter Amy Raisin Ronies is in here right now. We do want to, when we get to the prayer request,
Yeah,
y'all remember her because she's been having some physical issues and she had some tests run this week. And we just want to say we're going to be praying for you in a little while. And I had 3 of her daughters here this week.
Yeah.
Faith, the oldest one, brought the 2 twins, the little 3-year-olds with her, and they spent the night. And we had a good time. They brought me pink cupcakes for my birthday, so I got to eat pink cupcakes.
Those are good comments here. Miss Gail says, "I'm from California. Please don't hold that against you." And then Tack Rock says his wife has never eaten turnip greens. He should have married a Southern girl. He read.
Well, Lucian and Barbara. Barbara was from California.
Yeah.
And Lucian was from Canada, and now they're in Texas. So.
Okay, Deborah Haynes says, "Danny, are sweet potatoes hot or cool weather crops?" They're hot weather crops. 100% hot weather.
Yeah. Can I store potatoes and sweet potatoes if I don't have a basement? I didn't catch exactly.
Yeah, you can store them. I wouldn't store them together, but they can be stored. The only difference is regular potatoes need to be stored at about 38 to 42 degrees. Sweet potatoes need to be stored around 50 to 55 degrees in different humidity levels. So so you might want to take that into consideration.
And you can store them in your house for a short term in a dark cabinet. Sometimes they'll last a couple of 3 months, but you have to keep a check on them. Somebody says something about vanilla. Little Kentucky says,
yeah.
Can vanilla bean paste be used to make vanilla extract? I can't find vanilla beans, but I can find vanilla bean paste.
That, and I don't know about this one. Now, if JM from the Nut House is still in here, Jen could probably tell you.
She probably could tell you where you could find the vanilla beans too.
She probably could. Probably give you a place.
JM at the Nut House is the one that got me started with mine, and I just stuck the beans and the vodka in a bottle, and when she came, she's splitting the beans and stuff. She said, "You'll never get all the flavor if you don't split the beans."
Right.
And I said, "Well, I didn't know. I wasn't, I just thought you stuck them in."
Yeah,
it was
that's
fine.
why Jen is so great. Jen's just a world of knowledge. Somebody asked in the comments while I saw this, did we ever get our Everclear? No, we haven't.
About that.
We did go to town, and we went right by the liquor store. Can you? Deep South Homestead passed up the liquor store?
Well, we never go to a liquor store, so it's not on our radar.
It's not on our radar to go by there, but it is a good prep item. I'll say that.
It is, and I told Danny, I said, that's probably something that we don't think about that most people would, is having some things as a backup for medicinal purposes and for tinctures and things like this, and we just don't have it. Sorry. I guess you're not the best preppers.
Yeah.
We forgot that.
Jen says, yes, I do exactly that also. You can use paste. It's the inside of the bean.
All right. So use the paste to make your stuff.
See, guys, this is the beauty of doing what we do right here, is because when you got people that's really wise in these areas like Jen is, and you ask a question, and we know that Jen is knowledgeable in these areas, we can open that door for you, and we can say, hey, Jen can give you an answer. You know what I mean? That's one of the beauties of this platform and this one right here. Freesteading community, guys.
I can't get over there as often on freesteading as I want to. And what I love about freesteading is when you guys go on there and you type in a question in the forums and Q&A, and other people help you. They answer, because you can't wait on me, and I may not know the answer. Just like this, I didn't know you could use the paste. Quite frankly, I'd never seen anybody make vanilla extract till Jen told me about it, and so I didn't really know. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of other people's YouTube videos. I'm sorry out there, you guys, but I really don't. I try to catch some occasionally. I'm learning.
Person's asking, any particular type of sleeping bag that we recommend? I mean,
the ones I got was from Cabela, and I know they're a little pricey, but when I started thinking about sleeping bags, Cabela came to mind, and that's where I went. but you could go to any sporting goods store, and even Walmart and Amazon carries them. So, I mean, you might get a cheaper version. It's according to what you want to spend on one. But these were canvas. Both the ours were out of the canvas and then had the flannel on the inside. And like Danny's was down to -20 and mine was to 0. So I think just having those on a bed, if the power was out, especially here in the deep south. Now it was nearly 100 degrees the day we were playing with it. So
Yeah.
We don't get really, really cold for the most part.
That was like two pigs in a burlap sack. I mean, boy, it was hot.
But we just wanted to know, could we both get in that sleeping bag? That was just.
Well, we had. I mean, it was a question that just came up. You know, I mean.
And we thought, well, let's settle it
just
now.
try it. I mean, but you know her. She's got to have that camera right on everything. You know.
Yeah, that's all right. It was.
Yeah.
Nice. It was funny. That's all. That's what Crazy Days is all about. Sometimes we have a crazy day. Lots of times we have crazy days. I just don't film all of it, do I?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, y'all, we sat down with Tag and B and talked to them yesterday, and I'll have a video up shortly with Tag and B from Life Done Free. And Tag loves to catch B in different places working on stuff and tell you she's on vacation. And so he kind of explains that in our video, but I like to do that with Danny. I love to catch him in a weird position doing
She
something.
could have got me in a weird position today, that's for sure. And I don't know, she may have.
I did get you under. Well, did I get you under the sink?
I don't know. I had to replace the kitchen faucet today. All the quick connect lines under there. All the angle valves underneath there. And you talking about a mess. Oh my word.
Yeah.
It was
bad. I took
bad.
a picture, but I think I just took a picture of the new faucet and the old faucet laying there. I don't think you were in it. It didn't cross my mind to get you laying up under that
Well, I am
cabinet.
surprised.
I was busy.
surprised.
I was trying to get my peas ready. I had things
Oh,
to do.
okay. Danny,
Mark
it is
says-
amazing that in one state can have different climate. Here in Kansas, the west is a desert and the east is a lot wetter. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, Kansas is one of those states that is a multi-climate state. I mean, you take like the nation of Israel, no bigger than it is, has 7 actual climates in it. So there's places in the United States that has different climates in it, just like these other countries do.
Okay, so Homesteading Crazy says, what would you tell a 60-year-old wanting to start a homestead?
Buy one that's already got all the houses, barns, and everything on it, because it's too. I'm in my 60s. It's tough to start
I
over.
would say if you can at least have some structures in place so you don't have to try
Yeah.
and build it yourself. Start with just 1 or 2 animals. Don't overcrowd your animals, because I know with us, I'm still waiting on some turkeys to be butchered.
Yeah, it ain't turned cold yet.
And
It's
then
just-
I've got extra chickens that I hadn't got rid of. I thought somebody would want some chickens. I got 7 left that need to go somewhere. If not, they're going in a pot. And probably will go in a pot before long.
They probably will before long. Let's see here. Holler Lake Homestead said, if I wrap my sweet potatoes in newspapers, can they be stored on top of one another? You moved it. Where did you kept?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I don't even know where it went now. Yes. Anyway, she messed the whole screen up.
Right.
Yes, they can be stored on top of one another, and if you want them to keep them from sprouting, put a couple of apples in there with them, and the apples will prevent them from actually sprouting. Okay, I'd seen this question asked a while ago. When does the clock start on the days to maturity? When you start the seeds or when you put the plants out? It's when the plants actually start growing up and maturing. From that point forward is your...
And sweet potatoes is when you put the slips in the ground.
Yeah, from the day you plant the slips.
Amy said the turkey eggs were definitely a no-go. I
Okay.
told you when Brian found them smelling. No turkeys.
No turkeys.
Oh, that's funny.
Kevin and Sarah just got their new home on their homestead. We looked for a video today, but we didn't see it.
I figured they got it moved.
They may have put something up on one of the other platform
Yeah,
areas.
probably community or
community
something.
or something
Yeah.
other. But yeah, we figured that's what would happen. We
I'm
figured
not
that.
over on Facebook hardly anymore. I've been doing freesteading, and because I don't see anything on Facebook I really care about except my
Yeah,
kids. So I pop over, see what my kids are doing, and I get back off. I've gotten out of every homesteading group I was in on YouTube because it just got to be a hassle. Seems like every group had a bunch of people that wanted to bicker back and forth, including my own, and I shut it down.
Debbie, if you're talking to us and your husband's coming back through here, he'd be more welcome to get these chickens, you know? Because we got chickens we just give somebody if they just come get them.
Yeah, you just send me an email at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com, and that's Debbie
Paints.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen is right. Storing, if you got some sand boxes and you got some good sand, now don't just use any sand, but if you got some good sand and you got the right temperatures, you can store a lot of root vegetables in that.
We got lots of sand.
Yeah, we got too much sand, as a matter of fact.
You can see all the weather modification in the sky in the northwest.
Tennessee storm starting late tonight.
Oh, okay.
Debbie said they did the video sometime this week.
Well, they did show the house.
They showed the house at the factory. They didn't show it on their foundation or anything.
Well, it was at the yeah. They were supposed to have it moved.
Yeah. Rhonda says, "How is my mouth? Mouth's okay. I got a little bit of. It's a little bit sore, but other than that, I think it'll be all right."
And Nadia says, "Please pray for everybody in Florida because of the storm."
Yes.
Anyone have a recommendation on a place to order organic yam root for planting? I don't know what the other word is.
Are you talking about sweet potatoes or are you talking about yam?
No, they're actually talking about yams.
Okay, yams come out of Africa, so you'll have to look at something that, there may be a specialty store in the United States, like an Oriental store or something like that, that might actually have yam, but you'd have to go to a specialty place.
Suzanne says, "Do the chickens smell like a skunk?" No, but when we were going through this hollow back here, oh my, you could smell.
Where I buried that skunk at, something must have dug him up, and boy, it's pretty bad.
Or either we have another one.
No, I still think something dug him up.
I'm hoping that's it because, it was rough today.
My pumpkins didn't bloom, too much shade. Our pumpkins didn't bloom all summer long until about 3 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden, they've been blooming themselves to death, and they got pumpkins everywhere.
Yeah, we've harvested one. There's a couple that are almost ready, and there's probably 20 to 30 good size ones, and then there's a bunch this size, and then I don't know how many blooms every day. So, yeah, we're gonna have lots of pumpkins. They're saying for yams, check with David the Good.
Okay, David the Good.
He's in Florida.
He's in Florida. Well, Alabama now.
He was in Florida, but he's in Alabama.
Yeah.
Check with David the Good. Will you be able to post videos on freesteading? Not at this time. It is mainly
we can put videos over there, but they link you back to YouTube until we get the app and until we get a different
bandwidth.
A more bandwidth set up, yes.
Right now it's still in beta, so they're still working kinks out. Y'all go over and help us hit 10,000.
Yes.
The more of you that sign up, the better.
Check out freesteading.com, guys.
Started pretty quick.
We're already over 10,000.
We should hit 10,000. We're hoping within the next day or two, if it didn't today, but within the next day or two, we're right there at it. And the anniversary, 1 month anniversary.
Is yesterday or today?
Nope. Or tomorrow, Sunday or Monday.
Okay, I knew it was close.
Sunday or Monday is the 1 month anniversary, and we've almost hit 10,000. And they haven't even got it out of beta yet, so
right.
We're still testing.
A lot of good channels over there, also. I mean, we hadn't brought in a lot yet, but we're bringing them in little by little. Getting them over into freesteading.
Kind of waiting on getting out of beta before they add too many people in there yet. They're steadily talking to people, and then it takes a few minutes to set up a page, y'all. It's not just wham bam, there's a page. Somebody's got to design it.
Yeah, somebody's got to design it. What does a Jubilee year mean for us? Well, technically it doesn't mean anything for us, but on the Jewish calendar, it's a year where everything goes back to its original owners, but it could mean a lot financially. Let me put it that way. I'm not going to go into details about it on here, but it could mean a lot financially.
Yeah. And yeah, y'all hit the thumbs up, please. If you're, I know the ones that are watching on TVs and Roku and all this can't hit thumbs up, but if you're watching on your phone or on a computer that will allow you, hit the thumbs up. It helps a lot in the algorithms. They need more Oregon homesteaders. Y'all, I saw Texas had hit over 300 over on freesteading, and I'm like,
Yes.
where's my Mississippi people?
Yeah, we need, man.
Some Mississippi people over there joining in with Mississippi. It is freesteading.com. Type it in. Right now, there's not an app. It's coming maybe this next week. So you have to type it in like it's a
Like it's a web page?
web page
Yeah, you
right
got to do
now.
it like it's a web page right now.
Right now, you would have to type in freesteading.com.
And the thing about it is, when you get over to freesteading, you can have one-on-one conversations with people. That's what we love about it.
Do we think we'll get hit by a hurricane this year? The closer we get to the end of October, we're no.
Yeah.
We've still got like 1 month to go, and hopefully they'll all be out of the way.
Oh, let's see here.
Love the backdrop, Danny. It's beautiful. Isn't that nice?
Isn't it nice? Yeah, the subscriber that sent that to us, I love it. I mean, I just literally love it.
And so I had the quilt, and the quilt's still up there that has the jars on it. But Danny was doing the video with Spags, and I'm like, I just don't think canning jars goes behind you and Spags, you know?
Yeah.
And so I said, let's try the quilt. And everybody liked the quilt behind Danny. They thought it did really good.
Doesn't that mean debt forgiveness for the Jubilee? Yes, that's what I was talking about. Things go back to their rightful owners, and then they forgive debt. Now, look, the banks don't do that in Israel, okay?
No, that was an old.
That was just for the old ancient way of life.
Yeah.
The banks over there are not going to forgive their debts. I can tell you.
All right.
Carrie says, I created an account waiting for an email to confirm. Check out your spam. Check out your promotions and stuff like that, because there's no app right now. Sometimes it comes back as spam, and you have to go check all that out. And if it doesn't come back, send us an email, and we'll send it to them and make sure for.
Yeah, they usually, when I sent forward emails to them, they get on it within the next few hours and get back with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, that's the glitches they're trying to figure out, why the emails aren't going to people, why they're all hitting spam. Is it email is trying to push it under the rug, or what's happening?
Good night, Amy. Thank you, sweetheart.
Have a good night.
Yeah, they're not going to forgive your debts. I can tell you. The world we live in, I don't care if it is biblical, they are not going to do it.
Somebody's asking, can we put our names on the shirts like you can the caps? Yes. I just put the name on an apron that somebody won when we hit our 250,000 subscriber giveaway. You can put Deep South Homestead, or you can put your name or your homestead. You can put whatever you want up here. And you can do it on the hats, the sweatshirts, the t-shirts, the aprons, any of the merchandise. I think you can do that.
Somebody wants to know what it passed by a couple of different times. I've seen it. What can I put on my turnip salads for bugs? It depends on what kind of bugs it is that's eating it. Usually it's these cotton picking army worms, and you can use BT on it, Bacillus thuringiensis. You can spray that on them, and that usually gets rid of any worms or anything like that that's attacking them.
Having to sit up.
Now, we don't use any chemicals on anything we have, so it's kind of hard for us to use any, tell you.
Are we going to have any seeds for sale? We sell seeds off and on, And
Yeah, you have to keep an eye on our Etsy store because as soon as we put seeds up, people grab them.
and we're going to have some sugar cane. I've sold a little that Danny chopped down and people had asked for, but when he decides when we're making cane, we'll know what we're making and what's left over, and then we'll put some up. And the sweet potatoes, several people had asked about those. I've put a few up this week, and they sell within 5 minutes. And I have about 5 or 6 more to put up, and as soon as I put them up, they'll sell.
Yeah, Linda's asking, did we get our seeds? We got some seeds.
What kind of
I can't remember.
seeds?
We get so much stuff all the time. It's hard.
This week's been crazy.
This week's been really crazy.
And I can't remember things. I think that's them. And is it in that box? The box. Don't bump your glass and don't dump those.
Yes.
Wait.
Don't show the address, but.
Yes, Linda, I did.
Yeah, we got them right here.
Yeah, they came in.
They came in. We got everything sitting right here. We just have to.
I forgot. Danny says, okay, who sent stuff?
The toothache plant.
Yeah, the toothache plant. Yes. I had to remind myself.
We got it. Yes.
Yes, it is here. And then several people have sent cards. So I'm going to show you. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm going to just hold up people's cards. And so I got several cards for my birthday. And there may be some in the mailbox, but I didn't stop today. We had to run in town and had to get a faucet.
Yep, had to get faucets and all that kind of stuff to fix the kitchen with.
So I didn't stop at the mailbox. So if something came in the last couple of days, it was not because it's just still at the mailbox. I can just tell y'all that. And I want to thank all of you for all the happy birthday wishes.
Yes.
And for sending me emails and messages on YouTube and on freesteading and everywhere. And if you've sent things over on freesteading and Danny and I haven't figured out exactly where everything's going, we accidentally find stuff sometimes. So I want to thank all of you for cards. And there's some beautiful cards there.
Yeah. Will you have to harvest your sugar cane if the hurricane comes your way? No,
it might put it on the ground.
It blows it down a lot of times and stuff like that, and we just have to chop it up in pieces and use it, you know?
Yeah. So lots of times winds like that will just kind of lay it over, and it doesn't pull the roots out of the ground, so it still grows. I'm not sure if this is a troll or what, but UFO says, how do we feel about black people? We love black people. We got as many black friends as we do white friends. I mean, we don't see color. Okay. Yeah. And last week, we sent a lot of y'all over to
Black Gunna. Black D-A.
Gunna, G-U-N-N-A. He made a smokehouse using Danny's smokehouse, and he changed it to his own. And we went over and we've been checking out to see if people went over, and y'all, everybody loved his song.
Oh, he loved his song. Yeah.
It's just amazing. He has a beautiful voice, and y'all, I just encourage him to sing, because he's actually a rap singer, but the song was not a rap song. It had a country kind of background.
Yeah.
And he had lost his dog, and it was about that, and it was a beautiful song. And I think everybody loved his work on his smokehouse, but they loved the song. So y'all encourage him to sing more.
Okay, Amber says, what is the tiny black bead like sticky stuff all over my garden?
I don't know.
Unless it's worm droppings, I don't know.
Now, somebody says preppers do not see color. Yes.
That's true.
Homesteaders don't see color.
That's right.
I say we don't.
We don't.
I don't know if anybody else. I've got a lot of friends. Lou here, that we mentioned at the beginning. She's here in Mississippi, and at some point we're going to have another get-together so Lou can come back down. And then we have Active Agent. She flew in from California. and she actually came out here to the house and spent a morning with us, and we just had a blast. And so Billy from Permapasture Farms, him and Michelle's been here
Yep.
a couple of times.
Well, the Homestead
And,
Journey.
A Homestead Journey, Lucian and
Barbara.
Barbara.
Yeah. I have to make sure there's so many people. I have to remember everybody's name. I don't want to get the wrong name, but Lucian and Barbara were here. Barbara's,
and then we have our friends that come around. Kevin.
Big Kevin. We did a video with Big Kevin. He actually bought one of my vehicles from me.
He's a mess.
And Mr. Toot come got one of our pigs one time. I mean, yeah, we got
and
lots
we went over to Mr. What's his name? I had said his name.
So many names go. I've just got.
We went over to his house and did.
I grafted some apple trees for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we help out anybody.
But yeah, and the Grow Network, King David.
Yes.
Yeah, love them.
Yep. Grow Network's been here, and we've done several collabs with Grow Network and with Homestead Heart. She was on my Crazy Days thing. Maria's a great one too.
That's right. The Bible don't talk about color; it just talk about saved and unsaved.
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%.
It's the world trying to break us all.
People want to know how strong is a hurricane going to become. It could get up to a Cat 4, but before it makes landfall, it's probably going to run into that cooler air, and it's probably going to drop back to about a 2 before it comes ashore. You know, I mean, that's my meteorological way of looking at it. Okay.
Do you guys dehydrate? No.
We used to, but we don't anymore. I stay dehydrated, but I don't dehydrate.
No, I did a lot of dehydrating, and I don't know if it was just me or what I did, but I vacuum sealed it and I put it all in bags that shouldn't do anything, but it did. Every bit of it turned to yuck. And so since we got the freeze dryer, I just freeze dry stuff. It tastes better, and I never was fond of freeze dried stuff except for like my herbs and stuff.
Yeah, somebody want to know the name of the channel again about the smokehouse. It's Black DA and then GUNNA. The guy's a fantastic. He done a fantastic job.
Oh, and they're talking about the homesteading with the Anga family in Kenya.
Yes.
She and I started communicating when they put their first couple of videos up. Peter, her husband, is just amazing. I do believe he's a doctor, and they have a beautiful house. Her outdoor kitchen just blew me away. And then they started going over into the bush country, and they bought a piece of land, and they were turning it into a homestead way out from everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people out there.
Wanda, do you ever eat your candy corn collection or just save it?
Pretty much I save it.
She just saves it.
I've got all my jars that are labeled. I think I'm up to about 35 different varieties of candy corn. But some of it I had still in bags that was extras, like if I got 2 or 3 of something. And so off and on, probably every 2 or 3 months, I'll just pick up a bag and I'll open it up and I'll eat a handful or 2. And I've got I think it's the salt, what is it? Sea salt chocolate is what I have open right now. And it probably take me a month or 2 to eat that bag of candy because I don't eat very many and I don't even eat it every day. I just get a handful once or twice a week.
Hey, Suze, Maypops, just find you one of the Maypop little things that we call the Maypop, the little fruits.
Passion flower.
The passion flower, and just save the seeds from it. But let me tell you something. You better plant it in a container because if you don't, it will take over.
Are we still popping popcorn? Yes.
Yes. Somebody wants to know how to get rid of the white fly problems. We use neem oil and sometimes a little dish soap mixed with it, just a couple of drops, and it seems to work pretty good.
Okay, somebody's asking about Solar History by Sasha Dobler. It's S-A-C-H-A.
S-A-S-H-A.
No. C-H-A.
Yeah, C-H-A. S-A-C-H-A.
D-O-B-L-E-R. Yeah. Sasha Dobler,
Yeah.
and it's Solar History.
Yeah.
Danny has a habit of saying solar cycles or something.
Yeah, Solar History.
But the title of the book is Solar History.
Yeah, and Sasha's a good friend of ours. He watches our channel. We watch his.
The caramel sea salt is amazing.
Yeah. Do we have a mosquito spray to make that works? No, we don't. We don't have a lot of problem with mosquitoes usually.
May pop the devil's weed.
Yes, John. It is. That's the reason I tell them plant it in a container, because it is the devil. It'll go so deep in the soil, you can't dig it up.
Danny, one year it was everywhere out here, and I wouldn't let him kill it, and it was growing everywhere. And he says, "I just need to get rid of it because it just drives him crazy." And I wouldn't let him get rid of it, and so for about 2 or 3 years, it just popped up everywhere.
Yes.
And finally, he started trying to kill it back, and we don't have any out in our yard anymore, but I've got some in my herb garden, and I won't let him kill it, and it's done grown up into our citrus tree, and it has a big maypop coming on it.
How tall do Dexter cattle get? If you get the true Dexters, they get about 49 inches tall. That's the true Dexters. They can be anywhere between 39 and 49 inches, depending on which ones you end up with. They got like Angus's. They got short-legged and long-legged. Now, if you get a bull, I always advise getting the long-legged Dexter bull, because if you get a short-legged one and you end up with a long-legged cow, he can't reach her.
Can I recommend the best freeze dryer brand? We have a Harvest Right, and I like my Harvest Right. We have a link in the description for Harvest Right. You can get extra trays, lids, the silicone mats, the silicone cube thing trays, the Mylar, and the oxygen absorbers. You can get everything you need through Harvest Right.
Harvest Right. Danny, is there any health benefits from eating a fertilized egg versus a normal egg? No, not really. There's no difference. Can I plant potatoes in the same place next spring? You can probably do it for 2 years in a row, but be cautious of wire worms, and especially if there's been a sod there before, like grass or anything, because you can get wire worms in your potatoes. And then I wouldn't do it over 2 years. I would move it after that. And then make sure you don't plant your potatoes where you've limed the soil at, because your potatoes need an acidic soil.
Okay, somebody said they're getting a Brangus steer tomorrow. Any tips?
If you're getting a Brangus, I used to raise Branguses. They get to be very big, and make sure you get them as a calf, so you can learn to handle them and they can learn you, because they do have that Brahman side in them. They're going to have the hump on their back here, and most of them are a dark gray color or to a light gray, depending on who the sire and the dam was on it. But they can be a very gentle animal if they're raised right and not mistreated.
All right, somebody was asking, can you grow squash and zucchini in a greenhouse if it is heated during the winter?
It's not advised to do it because of whiteflies. Whiteflies will go to them things like crazy.
I just had some in mind, but now if you've got a way to keep the whiteflies under control, you can grow them. I just pulled some out of mine. They just didn't look good and all. They were getting ready to bloom, but they were just not pretty.
Hey, Danny, this is Tag. Is there any advantage to building a bunker instead of a jalapeno? I guess this is this is payback. Okay.
So we're gonna build a bunker, right?
Well, let me put it to you this way: both will save your life. A bunker will do it short term. A jalapeno will do it long term. So
in other words, in the bunker, you might live a few days.
You'll live a little while in the bunker, but if you got a jalapeno, it can last for years, and you can survive for a long time.
You can have food for years.
Yeah.
And besides, B needs a jalapeno.
Yeah. A jalapeno's going to almost be a bunker when Tag gets through with it anyway.
I know. That's what I was
Because it's
thinking.
going to have the concrete walls and everything in it. Now, you see some lead around the outside of it. You'll be good to go. Get a good top on it. You'll be good to go, man.
Oh,
Oh,
that's funny.
oh, man.
It's been crazy this week. With the I guess we've
Sidewalls are built out of straw bales and stuff like that, or square bales of straw. But some people build them out of concrete. Um, but anyway, a Wallapini is just an underground greenhouse.
yeah actually when we were thinking of building a greenhouse, we almost thought about building one before we did the pond.
Yeah, we almost built a Wallapini out here in the front where the pond was at. We could have easily built one into that
We
hillside.
talked about it, but the only thing is, when we were talking about doing it, was lots of the Wallapinis have hay stacked all over the place, and you grow, as a buffer and for insulation, and
We have a
the
problem
fire
here with
ants
fire ants is a
are
problem here.
horrible. You don't want to get
here.
them started in bales of hay.
Yeah,
So we backed out on the Wallapini.
yeah,
A Wallapini cost a cinnamon roll.
yeah. According to Tag, it cost a cinnamon roll.
Look, let me tell you something. I'd be whopping them cinnamon rolls open and rolling them out, and it's easy to make cinnamon rolls when you get Pillsbury dough.
Yeah, that's true.
He knows I don't make very many cinnamon rolls either.
Yes. But anyway, yeah, a Wallapini is nothing but an underground greenhouse. That's all it is.
A cement block as a chicken coop foundation. What do you think?
Uh, when you say foundation, are you talking about the floor in it, or are you talking about the corner of what the wall sits on to keep animals from digging under? I would use it for wall. I wouldn't use it for the floor because chicken poop needs to be able to be scooped up off the ground.
Oh, I like how Sandy puts it. We've got a little grass here with our fire ant mounds in South Carolina.
It's about that way here too, Sandy. Yeah.
Pineapple update. We have one that's he's probably this big, and he's still green.
He's still green. We got tons of little ones. We just got to get somewhere to put them.
And we have somebody supposed to be coming, I think this next week. I forgot. Soon, anyways, to get a couple.
Okay, Mr. Danny, what month is your birthday? I'm a Leo.
So y'all figured that one out.
Yeah, I'm a Leo. Let me put it that way.
How are the rabbits doing?
Oh, the rabbits are doing good. We got one of them that's got an attitude, but they're doing good. No babies. They haven't had any babies yet. But they are growing like weeds, and they eat like. But you know what? They don't eat store-bought feed. I have to pull grass for them. I have to cut the apple limbs off when I'm trimming the apple trees and take them to them. They love sweet potatoes. Oh my word, they love sweet potatoes. But they also love the grass out of the garden. They love the little bitty corn stalks that I pull up and put in there to them. Things that they love wild stuff.
Tag says, I will tell B. Danny said we should build a bunker in place of the Wallapini. No, I'm going to email B in a few minutes and say, Tag is not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Danny said, build a Wallapini.
Yeah.
All right, what is the best way to keep potato seeds through the winter? I'm in Delaware with no root cellar.
What is the best way to keep potato seed? Well, potatoes don't make seeds unless they're Irish potatoes, and I wouldn't save the seed from them because you don't ever know what you're going to get. So,
do I eat candy corn with peanuts? I got a little thing in there with peanuts and candy corn in it now.
Malabar Spinach is taking over my place. Welcome to Malabar Spinach.
That's what's happening to ours. I took all ours down, and we still got Malabar spinach.
I bet I pulled up out of my onion bed probably 500 Malabar spinaches.
I've got one in the other greenhouse that I'm letting go in there, and we took it down out of all this, but it's still coming up. And I've got seeds that I'm going to put up for sale for all of you that want Malabar spinach. Yeah. Just be warned. It can go everywhere.
Have you got your meal yet, Danny? Nope, we haven't. Justin hasn't got us a meal yet ready. So
his Prototype is ready.
His video is up on his mill, but we haven't gotten ours yet. We're still anxiously awaiting.
Yeah. Plant once and you never have to plant it again. That is right.
That's
plant
true.
Malabar once and you don't
let it
have
go to seed and you never have to worry about it again.
You don't. Now the cold will about kill it.
Yeah.
But then if there's any seeds in there, it'll come right back up the next spring.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I got 5 figs off my tree in Upper Michigan. Never had fresh figs. Or, amen.
Figs are actually very delicious. We
Yes.
got, what was it, yesterday or this morning? We got a couple of figs, and then we were over at the cabin, and one of the fig trees over there has figs all over it. So we're still going to be getting figs.
JM from the Nut House says, "You're welcome. Haha. I sent some in the tiny mason jar several years ago, Wanda. Love the Malabar." Yep.
She started it.
We still got it, and we got it everywhere.
And I got a couple of moringas. You remember you and Mike helped us put a moringa in the greenhouse on the barn? It's still in there, and it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
It just goes all over everywhere, and it's got to come out.
Mr. Ray said, "Danny, is it a good time to plant yellow onions?" No, Mr. Ray, I would wait until probably the first of November to mid-November before I planted my yellow onions.
Danny's birthday is July the 24th. Rabbits with an Attitude sounds like a possible David the Good song.
That's true.
He probably already has one about it if he's had rabbits.
I had to replace my microwave oven. I've heard that the old one can be used for a Faraday cage. Is that true? Technically, no. It's not really true because you have a gasket around the door. And we don't have a microwave because they cause cancer. So that's one reason we don't. I don't even want to be around one of them. The rabbits quit. My chickens quit eating the Malabar. Our chickens don't ever get to the Malabar, so.
I didn't take it to them. I just took it down, and we've got the other one growing. So I have Malabar, and I have plenty of seeds, and I just gonna have to put them up. I just hadn't had time.
Stacy says, "What season of the year is your favorite for fun and enjoyment?" Probably the fall.
Fall and winter.
We like the fall and we like winter. We love building fires and we like sitting by the fireplace. And
Danny doesn't like the cold of the winter.
Well, but
he likes sitting by the fire and cracking his pecans, and
I like to smoke meat and things like that. So that's my favorite time of the year.
I like fall and I like spring because I like the coolness of the weather and we can get more done.
Yeah.
I like the spring because you're planting and you're seeing the blooms and stuff. I probably have more pictures of blooms than anybody that knows anything. And then in the fall, when the leaves are changing and different things are happening, I love taking pictures then too.
Deborah says, "What can I grow in cold weather in containers?" You can grow turnips, you can grow spinach, you can grow carrots, you can grow broccoli, you can grow cabbage. I've grown all this in containers. Matter of fact, I'm growing a lot of stuff in containers right now. Lettuce, you can grow lettuce. There's several things.
Yeah. Jen, should I cut the moringa back like you and Mike did to, I forgot, was it 3 feet or less? I don't remember. I forgot how far to cut it back, but yeah.
You can cut it back within a foot of the ground and just save it.
I think I can. She said just save it and then put it out in the spring when it's
Allison said it's already in the low 40s there. Hush, Allison. Don't be saying that kind of stuff to us.
I think it was, well, this morning was cool.
This morning was 65.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's less than 100.
It was less than 100, yes. So this morning was quite pleasant until the sun came up.
Yeah. We managed to pick peas and get through before we were suffocating today.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago when we picked peas, we were both going, oh my, the humidity was so high. It was probably 85 when we were picking peas.
Can you tell us more about the toothache plant that you mentioned? Yeah, it's actually, it's an herb, to be honest with you. I mean, you can...
Hand it to me. Let me see if it's written the name on it. It's called, you can look up toothache plant.
Yeah, you can just look up the toothache plant.
But it has a different.
It is an ancient medicine. It actually numbs your mouth. I was over at a friend's house years and years ago, and I had a tooth problem, and they gave me something I put on my gum and numbed the whole side of my mouth, really.
It's SPILANTHES. Splanthus. Don't ask me. That's how it's spelled. Toothache plant. SPILANTHES. Can you get it where they can see it? Yeah, it will definitely numb like clove will do the same.
Clove oil will do the same thing, yeah.
But clove didn't work real well on me.
Clove did not do the job for me. It just didn't do it.
So this will, he's used this before, and it does do good.
Actually, you don't have to. You can eat the leaves.
Yeah.
The leaves do the same thing as the actual seed pod thing. I mean, the leaves.
And you probably could tincture it.
You could.
And have it on hand.
Toothache plant is also called electric daisy.
What is your next smoker project?
Man, we got some. Wanda and I have a hog coming in December. I'll probably be smoking some bacon, and we may smoke some more cheese if it ever gets cold enough. Yeah. We may smoke some more cheese.
It's just been too hot.
When it's hot here, if I put cheese outside, it just melt and run off the thing. So I can't use cheese here now. Yes, the toothache plant is invasive. I know that. That's why we would put it in a container in the high tunnel if we do it.
Yeah, and Linda said clove oil didn't work for her either.
No, all it did was just made my mouth like burn. It didn't actually numb anything. Did our pecan trees make this year? Nope, we had no pecans this year because it rained in May.
Yeah. We are loaded with citrus, though. I harvested.
You got so much citrus. If nothing happens, now you have been harvesting some.
I harvested the limes.
The key lime.
Key limes yesterday. Yeah. Actually, that's what I'm drinking is water with key lime in it, because I love the citrus taste, and it gives you that. It's like lemon. It's not much different. And I harvested about 6 of them yesterday. Jesse and Patty my son and his wife were here yesterday. And they took a couple home, and one little tree is loaded, and we've got 2 trees. And the other one's still green. This one's turned.
I forgot what the questions as you was talking.
You want me to run it back?
Okay, Kurt says, what can I use to get rid of stink bugs? Is this coming up on the video? When we was in the peas and I was talking about the stink bugs and how we get rid of them?
Probably. If it wasn't in the one we've already put up, it'll be in the next one.
Anyway, Kurt, we have that in a video coming up about how we get rid of our stink bugs. It's not a hard process. It's just, you just got to get up to do it,
Are there any plans somewhere for your smokehouse? Only on YouTube.
Only on YouTube. There's a whole thing on YouTube. Step-by-step playlist of everything about how to build it.
Yeah, and I guess you kind of tell the dimensions somewhat as you go along.
I'll tell everything about it as I'm going.
We just didn't write it all down. He just does it as he builds. He doesn't have to have plans.
Are we going to have any elephant garlic on Etsy anytime soon?
I don't know.
I've got some I can sell.
I don't think so.
I got a whole pile in the shop.
We don't need to replant it?
I got to replant some, but I don't know how much I'll need to replant.
That's what I'm saying. We'll have to see.
You'll have to wait and let me get...
we plant first.
After we plant, then we'll put up on Etsy whatever's left. But we've got to wait till it rains here. The ground's like concrete right now.
A while back, you talked about a certain day of the year that you could grow apples from cuttings, but I've never heard that it is each year. Can you tell us what day?
All I know is the day of the year that I did it was September the 21st on the year that I done it. I do not know whether it changes from year to year or whether that same date works every year.
I think she told us it. we can't remember if it was the day before summer solstice, the day of summer solstice, fall
Fall solstice.
or the day after. And we would have to know the year we did it to go back and look and see what it was. We just know the trees worked the way she said do it.
Danny, will you join Gab at any stage? I love how Torba speaks of Jesus. No, we're not going to do Gab anytime soon. I mean, we have our own platform that we're building right now called Freesteading, and we're not going to be going over to any of these other platforms because basically I know who owns most of them, and I'm not wanting to be a part of the ownership of them.
And we know owns.
We know who owns this one. And
it is homesteaders.
Yeah, this is owned by homesteaders, not by major corporations.
And off-gridders and, survivalists, and we know these people and we know what they stand for.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all want to put your prayer request up? It is right at 9 o'clock.
Priceless Stitching said they pulled up their okra plants out of the bed and looked like they had root nematodes. Any advice? Lime. Root nematodes hate lime, and your soil needs to be turned over in the winter time to expose it to the freezing ground and get rid of as many of them you can, or plant the bed in a good mustard. And we use Florida broadleaf. Of course, the hotter the mustard, the better it is. And then cut the mustard down and turn it in. Wait 2 weeks in the spring before you plant. We have videos on that.
Joanne says her sister-in-law is on life support.
Gail said for her sister with cancer, she's getting worse.
All right, Wanda, you said 300 in Texas on freesteading. We do everything here big in Texas.
Oh, Jen says Mike had back surgery.
Oh, man.
Jen, did y'all ever get out of California, sweetheart? I mean, we were just wondering about that the other day. We didn't hear from you. And I hate to hear Mike's had back surgery because that's not good.
Yeah. Debbie says her husband had major back surgery, 5 days ago. Any advice on black rot on Amish paste tomatoes in a high tunnel?
Lack of calcium or improper watering. It can be several different things.
Pray for Florida.
Yeah.
Isabel says her daughter. Gypsy says her torn rotator.
Raw food writer. Nanny Joyce, give it a few years. Nature will correct itself. Oh, okay. I didn't see what Nanny said.
All right. I'm missing a lot, but I'm seeing some. It just keeps jumping. Could you pray for my son and daughter, please?
Please pray for my church. 13 AC units stolen this week.
Wow.
Wow.
Dang, that's crazy.
Ray, my wife has good and bad days. Pray for her.
We've been without a car for 6 years. I can't see who said that.
They're going by so fast we can't see them on.
I start reading it and it kind of. Any tips? Afterward, she said, yes, they sold it all. They're living in a fifth wheel on a 300-acre cattle farm in northwest Arkansas. Wow.
Yes. Amen. I am so that relieves me because.
And you're building a house, right?
There's something massive fixing to happen in California, and
we were just praying y'all got out.
We were just praying that y'all got out of there.
Let's see. A young couple here lost their second child. Pray for them. That's Julie. Shirley, a leaky heart valve.
I have that, I think. I think that's
May says, pray for her family in Texas. Praise report. My husband's heart tests are coming back good.
Oh, right. Mine always comes back good.
Danny's tests, most all of them have come back really good.
Yeah, most all mine's come back real good.
And we think we know that some of his problem is stemming from his, he's not absorbing what he needs to be absorbing. He's eating, he's just not absorbing. And since he's been in the hospital and back out, he has actually been gaining some weight. So, I don't know.
He's feeling a lot better.
He feels better.
Feels a lot better. My heart still gives me issues, but I feel a lot better.
Yeah, and he's actually going up in sizes in his overalls, which is really amazing because he had
Yeah,
been going
I've
down.
actually went up 2 sizes.
Yeah, so that's really good that he's actually putting some weight on. So maybe he's absorbing some food right now.
Um,
Okay, so we need to pray,
yeah.
and then you can do a tip if you.
I ain't thought about that.
The tip for the day.
Tip for the day. There is no tip. Okay, here we go. Father, we thank you so much for being so good to us. You've, Lord, man, there's so many people here tonight, Father, that got a lot of physical issues. And seems like cancer once again was the top of the list again, and surgeries. Father, so many people having surgeries. I just pray for them, Father. Our dear friend Mike just talking about he had back surgery. We just, oh, that's, wow. Father, we pray that, that he can get well, and all the others that were having the back surgeries and all other kinds of surgeries. And man, it's just, it seems like that when the devil just attacks, he attacks everybody. And Father, I'm going to pray for everybody tonight. Just have healing for their bodies. We're going to speak it. We're not going to pray for it. Just pray for it. We're going to speak that everyone has healing in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Father, I just pray that that you reach down and touch their bodies and that they have healing tonight. No matter what it is that's wrong with their bodies, Father, whatever physical issues it is, you're the great physician. And I pray that you heal everything from the heart to the back to whatever else is going on in the body, Father. The mind, we're going to pray for the physical sides of life. We're going to pray for the financial sides, the physical sides, the emotional sides, and everything, Lord. We want bodies to be healed here tonight. And Father, we thank you for the praise reports that was given, and Lord, we always look forward to the praise reports because that tells us that the prayers are working, and we are thankful for that now. Lord, there are those that just starting out homesteading, looking for a place, and some of them just found a place. And Father, I'm praying for them that they can get their infrastructure in, or they can find a place that has the infrastructure already, and that they can just get their feet off the ground and get going, Father, before everything seems to start collapsing around us here. We're anxiously awaiting to see what the markets are going to do here in the next 2 weeks. Of course, everybody was talking about the today, and as far as I know, nothing massive happened today. And Father, we're thankful that everything has gone off as well as it has. I pray for everyone here tonight. I pray for the freesteading community here tonight, Lord. I pray that this platform can take off and grow because, Lord, over there's a place for people to ask questions. There's going to be a marketplace for people to sell their products and for us to stay American made and keep our money in our country, Lord, and not have to fund the big box stores and stuff like that. So we're going to pray for freesteading, that it'll get off the ground and it'll take off and do well so that people can be blessed by it. So, Lord, tonight, watch over those that are in the path of this manipulated hurricane, I'm going to say, because it is manipulated. All you got to do is look at the track of it and you can tell it's manipulated. And Father, we're just going to pray that before this thing makes landfall, in the name of Christ, it dies down. Father, grant that prayer to me so that no one sees any bad devastation from this. Father, I would wish it would just go away, but it's possible. I believe you can do it, Father. So, Lord, watch over those in its path now. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. And yes, and we all agree in Jesus' name.
Yes. All right, you got
Yes.
a tip. I don't know. You got the
I
tip.
don't know. I got to think of it. Well, let's see here. Gosh, I've been through so much this week and I've learned so much this week. Uh, what's going on in China, Gail says. Go watch Pinball Preparedness. He'll tell you. Let's see here. Man,
there's things going on in China. There's things going on in Russia.
There's things going
There's
on
on in the United States. Everybody's having issues.
Christine, I don't need to add magnesium. I've talked to all my doctors. They tell me my magnesium is fine, my vitamin K is fine, and all that. They tell me that all this is great.
And the heart, actually, everything to do with his heart is fine.
Everything to do with my heart is fine.
So whatever's going on is something outside of that influencing the heart.
What's going on in my body is what is used to carry things from point A to point B, and we're working on that right now. We're working on getting that stuff done.
Yeah.
When do you harvest sunflowers? When they are ripe.
When they start drying.
When they start falling upside down and all the pretty color's gone and they start drying, and you can run your hand over the top of it and all the little stuff falls off of it, get them off.
Yeah.
My tip, try and laugh more.
No, I don't have the shirt on I had on a while ago. It said something about laugh more.
Oh, yeah. Well, guys, let me put it to you this way. In the future, and I'm not going to give you a date on this because I don't believe in setting dates, because God has a sense of humor. When you set a date, God likes to say, nah, let's just make it another day, In the future, you're probably going to see things take on a reddish tint. There's some events going to be taking place in our solar system that's going to leave some red dust in our upper atmosphere. And over a period of time, this is going to come down onto the ground down here, and you're going to see a red, hazy tint start forming on things. It's going to be in the form of iron oxide. So just be aware of that. And I'm thinking about talking on Porch Time about some of the issues with plants that we're seeing. And I will tell you this. It has to do with radiation. I've gotten some information about why some of our plants are not doing well, and it has to do with a particular type of radiation and where it's coming from, what type of radiation it is, how it's affecting our plants, and why we're not able to grow anything, and the simple fact that our quote-unquote caring government has been doing a lot of research on this lately. I find it really amazing.
So Danny's doing some research.
So I've began to do some research of my own.
When you hear that the government is really researching something,
it's about time you start doing your own research.
You better be paying attention and researching
too.
Somebody asked, what is coming up for Crazy Days? I don't know. I play it by ear on Crazy Days. I thought I would just pick the camera up and talk or do something, but I am not one to just be a face on a camera. I have to be doing something usually. So I don't know. I think we're going to, as we get the cabin kind of done, I want to do a little walk around there, and I don't know. What else we got coming up? All I know is peas.
Yeah, we got a lot of peas to pick, and oh my word, we have peas.
Freeze drying. I'm freeze drying sweet potatoes. We got lots of sweet potatoes to
Yes, we should I tell them if there's any on their answers?
Oh, I told them a while ago we are going to put some.
We are going to put some of our Mr. Owl potatoes up on our Etsy store, and we do know the variety.
Yeah, so if you don't get any, because it's only going to be like 5 more boxes. I've already put up quite a few boxes. And time I put them up, they're gone. I mean, within 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll put up 5 boxes. I don't know if it'll be maybe tomorrow. And if you don't get them, tell them what variety it is and where they can find them, or at least start looking.
What now?
The variety.
Of what? The sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay. The sweet potatoes are called the Evangeline.
Evangeline.
They were. Do some research on it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all the information. I want you to do some research on it.
LSU Ag.
Yeah, they were at Louisiana State University Agricultural Department actually made these potatoes
and
years ago.
And they're similar to the Beauregard.
They are sweeter than the Beauregard. They have more nutritional value than, I told you I wasn't going to tell you about that. You know, go do your research on Evangeline sweet potatoes. That's the ones we have.
Okay. Any multiplying onions? No, not right now.
Not right now. We done sold all of our multiplying onions. We might have some garlic once we plant them. Sandy actually got it right.
I don't know where you're reading.
Yeah, Sandy actually nailed it.
Yeah. What is the name of your Etsy store?
DeepSouthHomestead.etsy.com.
Yeah. All right, so if you don't get some, because we don't have enough for everybody, we just had a few, and I'm only putting them up as I had boxes to package them in. I ran out of boxes, so today we picked up a few more boxes, and we only have a few left, so I will put those up, and when they're gone, they're gone, but check out the Evangeline.
Thomas, I have plenty of seeds from Danny Corn, but thank you, and please keep enough for you, because you're going to need it in the future, my friend.
Now, do you know the variety of the white sweet potatoes?
Oh,
two different.
There's only two that we ever had here. One was a Triumph, and the other was a Nancy Hall. That's the only two we've ever had here.
Sandy says she's been doing some research too.
Yeah, I figured once I told you that.
I like that these people are actually trying it for themselves and figuring out what's going on. I do. Because that tells me they're not sheep.
That's right.
They're waking up.
They're waking up.
They're figuring things out.
Yes. That is a good thing. Let me see here.
Do we grow watermelons? I grew watermelons in my high tunnel this time. They were the Turkish watermelons, and I harvested, maybe 3 or 4. The vine took over like crazy, and it bloomed itself to death, but early on there were no pollinators hardly. We didn't have hardly any pollinators outside in the spring and early summer, and actually we just started getting pollinators about a month ago. It's like they just were none around. So we kind of had to hand pollinate a few.
Debbie says, what browser do you prefer when researching? It doesn't matter what browser you use. The DoD sees it all. If you're on the internet, if your phone is connected to the internet, if the cameras on your house are connected to the internet, if you have Alexa, if you have any of this stuff, the DoD monitors it all. So you're not hiding anything. You're not. There's no such thing as a VPN. I mean, AI is over everything. I could go in.
And two, even if you didn't have a cell phone or a computer or any of this stuff, no matter where you go in your car or in town or anywhere, there's
you're tracked.
You're tracked.
Your tag
with it.
Your tag has a chip in it. Your driver's license, most people's new ones have chips in them.
And if you were out in the middle of nowhere, some drone's gonna fly over and tell exactly where.
Well, your dollar bills have chips, have nanoparticles in them. I mean, you're tracked. It doesn't matter where you're at. They know where you are. They know how much money you got in your pocket. They know everything about you.
Yeah. So, do the best you can. That's all I can say.
Yes.
All right. We're living in a weird time.
Oh, we are living in some weird times, guys.
So, guys, y'all do the best you can. Keep your heads up. Keep your eyes open. Those in Florida, we're praying for
Florida and Alabama and Mississippi, keep your eyes open.
Because you never know where it's going, but
they liable to steer that thing anywhere. If you don't believe it's manipulated, watch the path. Watch the path. A normal hurricane just comes in, makes a long swoop, and just turns and goes like this. This thing will probably go over here. It'll go over there. It'll go over here. It'll go over there. As they manipulate it. Anyway, guys, y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you from Deep South Home.